What's going on, jumpers? Welcome back to another episode of Jump Rope Skill Breakdown, where we look at some of the hardest jump rope skills that exist and break them down to the main elements that explain, why these skills are so difficult. In today's episode, we have a video from Sebastian Deeg. This is an old video that I used to watch way back in the day, and I'm taking out one specific skill from this video that I think is amazing and we really should spend the time digging into. So here is the video clip. So before we start, I want to point out that this video that this exact skill comes from is absolutely amazing. Sebastian made this video a long time ago. I think it's over 10 years now he made this, and it is chock full of absolutely wild skills that blew my mind when I first started jumping. So I would really recommend checking out the link in the description below and actually watching this full video. So let's kind of go through and break apart the skill now. This is very fun for me because these are the kinds of low resolution videos way back in the day that I used to download off of YouTube and go frame by frame trying to figure out what was happening. So we're really going to be doing exactly what I was doing over a decade ago, but this time with more commentary. So let's dig into it. So Sebastian starts with a toad and then goes into an awesome Annie. Awesome Annie's again back to the other side and then releases the rope on the same side as his turning hand. So he releases that, grabs his foot, and then does this leg hop over his foot while continuing to turn the Mick rotation. And then after he finishes that, the rope's going and then he grabs it and then it quickly cuts to the next clip, but we can definitely tell that he caught that rope and continued to jump. So he starts off with that awesome Annie, which is pretty standard, but when he releases the rope, I think it's pretty unconventional to release on the same side as your hand that's turning. Usually when I release out of an awesome Annie, it's from the leg over position because my hands are open and then I can easily cross over my body to execute the Mick like you normally would. But instead, Sebastian does it on the same side, which makes sense because he has to make room for that leg hop. So the leg hop is impressive because it's not easy to do that. And maintaining a Mick rotation on the same side as your turning hand is also very impressive. It's very conventional to keep it going on the opposite side where your arm crosses over your body like a standard Mick, and that's pretty straightforward to keep that moving, but he does it on the same side, which is a very different mechanic. And so it kind of seems like the same thing of having a vertical rotation on both sides of your body, right? But it's really not, because when you have the rope on the same side as your turning hand, you have to activate the arm differently, and you need a different type of rhythm to keep that rotation happening, and your hand has to articulate very differently than it would with a standard Mick where your arm crosses over your body. Cool, so we have these two pieces, right? We have a leg hop and then we also have this Mick on the same side as the turning hand, and he puts these two together. And he does it right after, an awesome Annie, so it's in a combination together. And to see that, man, that really takes like a lot of precision and a lot of balance and a lot of, really keeping the mind split between two very different things. He's got this one part of his body that is, arm is holding onto his foot and he's jumping over that. And his other part of his body, his arm, is maintaining. So it's like doing, like the rubbing your stomach and patting your head thing, but like to an extreme, because there's two very involved mechanical skills going on at the exact same time. And not only does he do it and get it done, but he does it very cleanly. And it's very impressive to see how well Sebastian did this, especially considering that this was, I think, 10 to 13 years ago, and he was still pulling off skills like this. So it really is a testament to not only how talented Sebastian is, but also how much of a pioneer he has been for the sport of jump rope. So this skill is absolutely wild. And the last thing that I really want to point out is actually not just this skill, it's the other skills that Sebastian has in here. There are so many really high level skills that he was doing a long time ago, and it's very worth your time to go check them all out, because if we're looking at the hardest skills that exist, not only is Sebastian Deeg doing them in this video, but he was doing them with really what I would consider the first generation of jumpers that were exploring such extraordinarily high level skills. Now there is a generation that precedes him of jump ropers, but in terms of looking at the competitive jump rope culture and the first generation that really dove into the complexities of jump rope and really expanded that, I think he sits at the top as one of the people that was there as a pioneer doing that. He definitely was someone that I was watching when I was growing up in the sport, and I know a lot of other people have, you know, followed him and learned a lot from him over the years. So great job, Sebastian, not only on this exact skill, but everything else that you've done both skill-wise and to give back to the culture since then. All right, if you enjoyed this skill breakdown, send it off to a friend that you think might also enjoy it. If you have any questions at all, drop a comment down below or hit me up on Instagram at Nate_KG. All right, guys, I will see you in the next skill breakdown.